The safe system approach encourages our public and our decision makers and policy makers to imagine a world free of traffic fatalities. When they begin to do that, it changes our whole fundamental approach. We begin to look at the problem differently and we begin to look at the solutions differently. What that does, the safe system approach moves us from concentrating on our problems as they are now to the world that we imagine where there are no traffic crashes. And by doing that, we then begin to frame our strategies and our approaches with the ultimate in mind. And it changes, it opens up new possibilities, it opens up different thinking. But fundamentally, we're not chasing the next piece of incremental improvement, we're going to the ultimate and working backwards and then taking the next steps. So the ultimate goal is a world free of traffic fatalities, no crashes on the roads that result in serious harm. So we believe it's probably not possible to stop all crashes, but the safe system approach and our ultimate destination says when a crash does occur, what can we do to ensure that that crash doesn't result in serious harm? Some of the key principles then that guide us in that work, there are a couple of fundamentals. Number one, we know that people as we are will always make mistakes in traffic. No matter how educated, no matter how compliant they might be, they're always going to make mistakes. The second thing we know is that there are fairly low levels of crash forces that result in serious harm. So when a car hits a pedestrian, when two cars hit each other, when a car leaves the road and hits a tree, we know the limits, we know the forces that apply to the human body that will result in harm. So what the safe system approach does is says when that crash occurs, we need to make sure that we're managing the transport system so that the roads and the roadsides, the vehicles, the speeds and the human behaviours all work together to provide a greater degree of protection. If there's a slight weak link in one of those elements, the other elements of that system will come together and protect that person from serious harm. In managing all of the elements of the system, we need not only the road users doing the right thing, but the people who design the system, the people who build the system, and the people who operate the system. We must all come together and we must all be working together. That's not only governments, that's corporations, that's community groups. We've all got a shared responsibility.